Alright, this is a lesson I want to get into. It's a dual lesson, meaning double entendre. It's talking about how we're supposed to be converted, be as children, and also how children are supposed to be raised, and the effects that society suffers from when children aren't raised the right way. And that's talking about actual real children. So spiritually, Yahweh Shai said that we had to be like children. That's Isaiah, Matthew 18, verse 1. All right. And I'm about to hop over there real quick. This is Matthew 18. Excuse me, my nose is a little stuffy. 18:1. And it reads, at the same time came the disciples of the Yahweh Shai, saying, who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven? And Yahweh Shai called a little child unto him, and he set him in the midst of them, and said, verily I say unto you, except ye be converted, and become as little children, ye shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven. Be as little children. That goes along with St. John in chapter 3. Yahweh Shai is speaking to Nicodemus when he said you have to be born again. A child is basically you born again. You're a new creature. What does that mean? That you are putting off the old man. Romans 12:2 says, be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. That's how you become born again and become like a little child again. Because as we get old, that's where we get that pride. We aren't born with that, that pompous pride. We get that from experience. We get that and develop it also as a defense mechanism against other people that we can't handle criticism from. A lot of us can't take criticism, but if you're prideful, you can discourage people from giving you criticism because you can't take it. So as a child, he doesn't know anything, so he wants to be taught. A child needs guidance. And that's what we're supposed to be like. Needing that guidance, understanding that we know nothing, willing to be corrected, not holding grudges. See children getting, I remember getting to a fight as kids, and it'd be like the next day we back friends again. Well, I don't even think there was even a formal apology. We just be back friends and playing 2 square, 4 square, tag or whatever, red light, green light, all that stuff. And you don't take it personal. Because what you do is you look more so towards the fun that you have as opposed to the bad times that you have. When you get older, you look more at the bad times that you have with somebody as opposed to the good times. So you got to be transformed in your mind and be like a child and just be like, have this spirit to where you are welcoming, forgiving, apt to learn. And there's a one of the things too that humbles children is that rod. If you my age, around my age, well, you could be younger than my age too and possibly have experienced it, but definitely my age and older, we got our asses whooped. We used to have to pick the switch sometimes, or the hanger, or the device to get our ass whooped with. Nowadays, these little kids, they're getting timeouts and talked to. You know what our getting talked to was? I was getting talked to while I was getting my ass whooped. That's the talking to. There was a point, and I think my generation, ironically, was the last to experience, but to have your parents, neighbors, teachers that can whoop your ass. Yep, can't do that no more. Nowadays, you got the students beating the teachers up. And nothing's happening to them. Oh, he's just a bad guy. He's just troubled. Oh, you don't understand him. Man, get the F out of here with that. This goes into the other dual part of my lesson, is that how society looks like by not chastising its children and how they're supposed to be. This is wait, did I Proverbs 23 and verse 6. No, 23 and 13 says, withhold not correction from the child, for if thou beatest him with the rod, he shall not die. Man, the sun gonna rise tomorrow, he'll live. It's not the end of the world that got his ass whooped. That little motherfucker deserved it. And it's for his own good. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Matter of fact, Hebrews 12 and verse 6. Real quick. Hebrews 12 and verse 6. It says, for whom Yahweh loveth, he chasteneth, and scourges every son whom he receiveth. So, if the Heavenly Father chastises us, we ought to chastise our children. Because when you don't chastise your children, you get a whole race and generation of YNs that want to just wear ski masks, ski masks, shiesties, have Glocks with switches on them, tattoos, dreads or mop head braids, tattoos all over their damn body, tattoos on their neck, on their face. And I want to, man, it's pathetic. And these YNs exist because guess what they weren't? They weren't chastised as a kid the way they were supposed to be. Their mom might have yelled at them or whatever. But guess what they didn't have? They didn't have a father in the household. They might even knew their father. He might have lived on the other side of town, or he might have lived in another state. But he ain't in the house, and he ain't in the house to chastise him. Because guess what? The NB woman was told a lie. That she's single, she independent, she don't need no man, she can do it all by herself, and was given all type of welfare benefits and Section 8s and all the incentives in the world to put the man out the house. Until Trump happened. And then all of a sudden he's taking the DEIs, he's taking the Medicaid, the EBT cards, swiping them away. Got to work so many hours, or people in the household, such and such. Man, we are in a special time. So the YNs, they not being raised. They don't even want to be at home. And if they were raised with a man in the household, it was a stepdad. And the NB, she insisted that the stepdad, that's not your child, so you can't whoop my child. So he didn't have the authority to whoop his own stepchild. All because, he don't want to talk himself out of some pussy by standing on business and, battling with her, saying, no, this is how a child is supposed to be raised according to the Bible. That's why this word will break up homes. The Most High is not playing with these YNs. You see them dying. You see YNs killing YNs. because Proverbs 22 and verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart. However you train that child, you're going to pretty much have him like that. You raise your child to abide by the laws and commandments, he's going to be on that path. You raise him to be a nigga and all he knows is selling drugs and BMF, then you're going to get a little Meech. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Now, the Yahweh is the head of Yahushai. Yahushai is the head of the man is the head of the woman is the head of the child. Now, it's supposed to start with the woman being the head of the child. One teaching them. But guess what she can't do? She can't. Want to know why? Again, feminism got her out the house. She's working 70 hours a week between 3 jobs. She ain't even getting overtime because she not even going over 40 hours at one job. She's working 36 at 1 hour job, 28 at another job, all that standard pay. So she's working all these hours to maintain and stay afloat. And guess what she's not able to do because she's not at home with the child. Teach the child. Man, Eve put a number on the NV. So I hope this lesson has been edifying. The child is supposed to be raised the right way. If you raise them the right way, you won't hear all these YNs. A whole generation of them. And on that note, I want to give all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem HaKakwadash. Double honors to the elders of GMS Rule Well. Peace and salutations and shalom.